Okay, I wanted to record a quick video and show you how to prep your images to go into InDesign for print. So when we're creating our renders, they're going to be 72 DPI because that's what computer screens are, and they're rendered to look to be shown on a screen. So you have to modify these before you put them in InDesign. You can't just put these straight in. I mean, you can, but then they won't look good. Okay, so two things we want to do. For print, we're doing CMYK. For computers, it's RGB, so we want to convert this. So the first thing we want to do is go up to Image, go to Mode, and then click CMYK color right here. It's going to bring up a little error that just says, are you sure that you want to convert this using this profile? Now there are lots of different profiles, so I'll hit cancel here for a second just to show you. So if you go under Edit and you come down here to convert to profile, then a window pop up, and there are, dozens and dozens of different profiles that you can use. Okay, so if you're actually really doing this for a client, you would be dealing with a printer. You don't really give the files to the client. You're dealing with the printer. You find out who the printer the client wants to use, or sometimes maybe you're the one that's contracting the printer, and the printer will dictate what color space that he wants this converted to. Okay, but for what we're doing, the default US web coded means coated paper, which means glossy paper. Okay, so this is set up for CMYK for printing on glossy paper, which is what we were going to be doing. So the default on this is fine, so you can just click OK. Now, if by the way, let me go back. If I had multiple layers in here, if I had multiple layers, normally you shouldn't be doing this, you're just exporting, but let's say you had multiple layers in here and you're trying to export it out and you have multiple layers. So when we're converting this to CMYK, it's going to ask you, do you want to merge all these down or don't merge? Normally I'd say you don't want to merge and you want to keep them layers like what you have. Okay, so you'll just say don't merge, and then the profile will come up, and then you'll click OK, and then it's going to convert this, and now you'll see this is already set for CMYK. So now you've already converted your image. Now it's ready to match what InDesign would be, because InDesign is defaults to CMYK because it's for printing purposes. Okay, so now you've converted the color. All right, the next thing you want to do is we have to get this ready for print, in which the print is 300 DPI and we're using 72 DPI. So you go to Image, Image Size. Then once you're in here, a lot of times this will default to inches, which is fine. If you're going to go ahead and hit pixels, then you'll be able to see what size that you actually rendered it. So you can just verify that this is the size that you rendered out of Fusion 360, which it is. I rendered 1,000 pixels tall, and it came out to 1,667 pixels wide. Okay, so I just always check it. If it's in inches, I don't know what that. I want to go back to pixels, and I go, okay, yes, that's what I wanted. All right, now we need to convert this to 300. Now we do not want to resample it. Okay, when I'm resampling, this means it's going to be scaling it up, and we don't want to scale it up. Okay, so we don't want to resample, so you turn this off. Matter of fact, what's funny that you'll notice that if I'm in pixels, as soon as I say don't resample, it's going to shift to inches. And right now this is huge. Okay, it's 23 inches. Okay, but now I'm going to type this 300, which is what we're printing, and now you see it's going to come down to the size that's going to fit what we're doing. Okay, because ours is around 4 inches tall or whatever. This render wasn't specifically for that, but anyway, if you did yours right, as soon as you go to 300, this would be like 4.5 with padding on it for your bleed, and would be 8.5 to 9 inches wide based on how your layout is. And then you click OK, and now this is a CMYK 300 DPI image, so it's ready to go into InDesign. So all we have to do is to go to File. You're going to do what's called Save a Copy. Okay, so we're not exporting it. We're not going to export as a PNG because PNGs are okay for proxies and they're okay for digital, but they don't support CMYK. They're specifically RGB. So we're going to do is save a copy, and then we're going to save it as a TIFF, give it a name, whatever it is, just give it your name of what it is. And then you're going to write down here this default to have layers on. We want to turn the layers off, so that as we export it, it's going to flatten our image, and it's only going to bring in the final piece and none of our specific layers. And go ahead and hit save, and then that you can bring that directly into InDesign. It'll be a high quality image. Just leave the compression to none and click OK, and then that will be ready for you to bring in InDesign. Then the quality of the image will be good. I see some of you are loading 72 DPI images in there, and I'm going to go over that too. You shouldn't be doing that. I mean, you can do that just for a proxy to figure out what you're going to do and the proportions and stuff, but then eventually you want a high quality image put in there. Okay, so that's how you convert from RGB to CMYK, and how you convert from 72 DPI to 300 DPI. Okay, hope that helps you. Thank you.